Lately, I've been thinking about how emotional the whole moving process is. No one ever talks about how fast it can go, how little time you might actually get to say goodbye to a certain chapter of your life. You know, actually let yourself grieve and sit in the reality of this transition that is happening. Often, we are so caught up in the organizing, the packing, the trying to maintain normal life activities and eat a decent meal at some point, that it all just becomes kind of a blur. So, we're moving. We are moving. This is crazy. I'm sure it feels even more crazy for Doug because he's lived here way longer than me, but it just feels crazy to me that we're moving in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. We don't even know where we're going to be moving to. We have somewhere to stay in the meantime until we figure out where we want to go. That's another thing we need to figure out. While I was living here in Australia, my family moved out of the house that we were living in since I was 5 years old. And I didn't even get to have that last glimpse, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more I get sentimental and attached to things. I think it's because I just appreciate things more. So yeah, I always wish I could have got one last walkthrough of that place, but at least I'll be getting it here. All of my videos from now until we find our permanent place after this are gonna be with a bunch of mess in the background, okay? Because we're gonna be living out of boxes for a bit. Get used to it. So one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to rent this place out is because it gives us the flexibility to travel more without having to worry about paying the mortgage on this place. And so it's just another step towards the life that we want to create for ourselves. So it's just really exciting. And it's just seeing all the things that we've talked about doing, starting to manifest in our actual lives. I just have no idea what's ahead for us, but I'm really excited to see how it plays out. Right, 9 days until we move. And we got our little friend here today. I wasn't gonna take any dog bookings while we were moving, but how could you say no to this first? This place is a mess. Clothes everywhere, boxes everywhere, stuff everywhere. We have had to figure out, that's really loud. Look at this mess behind me. We have had to figure out where we're going to fit everything in the garage as we go to our temporary space before we move to our new place. And there's a few things that we can't take. Then, before you know it, the last box is packed, the last clean is done, and you're standing in an empty room within these walls that have held so much of who you are right now, thinking of all the memories, good and bad, that were created under this roof. I have not picked up the camera to vlog any more of this moving process, but we're pretty much finished. It's empty. It looks crazy, and I just want to show you guys before we wrap up because we only have one last day here. So, look at it. How are you feeling?
Sad, but excited.
Oh, this is it, guys. It's all empty.
This is pretty much my 20s.
And happy your 30s.
Yeah, true. Shit.
Decade and a half of his life.
Shit, most of my life, actually.
It's so empty. It's so echoey in here. If there's one word you can use to sum up your time here.
One word?
Yeah.
Educational.
There's not much time to sit with these emotions before the actual move and unpacking process begins. And just like that, off you go to settle in somewhere new, to open a new chapter with a fresh new slate.